is a shirt I haven't worn since high school on my body now. I thought it'd be appropriate.
My man. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, dude. So, yo,
So this is just, yeah,
no, what were you saying? No,
a
tell me
little
more about your
quarantine
outfit.
outfit.
Yep. There is no dress
Yeah,
code. That's
no,
the
it's
quarantine dress
just,
code. Ooh, bro. No,
yeah.
I like the necklace and the vest too. It's really cool. That's actually really cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
All right. So, Danny, dude, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about your experience in the
Okay.
anti-dad bod squad, bro. You've come to the end. It's been a little over 12 weeks. Fucking congrats, dude.
Yes.
You crushed it. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel really good. I'm really proud of the work I've done the past 12 weeks. I'm excited to continue on with it for sure. Yeah, no, I feel, how do I describe this? Before I started, there's always that nervousness of whether you're going to actually put your all into it. I think what I was really lucky to have was I did have a goal and I did have something that I am striving for, even though COVID has kind of put everything into a crazy sort of sphere. Um, and I'm proud that I was able to lose the weight that I've lost so far. I have noticed the weight that I've lost so far, not only on the scale, but in my body. And I could just feel a strength that I haven't had in a very long time, which gives me more of a peace of mind that, yes, I'm starting to change things for the better in my life.
Dude, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know what to back up to and explore. What I guess let's start from where I can recall with the goals. Let's talk about the goals. What was your goal coming in?
My goal coming in was to get down to 250 pounds over the summer, which I surpassed. And my goal was to get in a better shape, more, mentally and physically, so I could try to do something that I really wanted to do, which was, try to audition for a reality TV show
Not just any reality
that'll
TV
hopefully
show.
Survivor. Yeah,
That's right,
Survivor.
dude. Okay. And
So
so where
I'm
you at
looking
now?
forward to the next. Right now, I'm just looking forward to the next application process. I
No,
will
how
be
many
able to
pounds are you
apply.
at?
Oh, I am at 38 pounds. So,
Damn.
yeah.
So wait,
So,
so you've lost
yeah.
38 pounds, which brings you
Yes.
to what is your weight?
My weight is 239, I believe.
So you
Yeah.
smoked your summer goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. Freaking celebrate that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I had no
So,
idea that I was going to lose that much weight, and I'm very happy that I did.
dude, you crushed it, man, from day one. Like, I think that was one of the first like little screen grabs that I took. Remember, was like that video, that just picture of you like in the middle of some set of like shoulder press, just like with the look of absolute fire and grit. The
Yeah.
outwit, the look you get when outwit, outplay, outlast pops in the forefront of your mind. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no. That
That
saying
fire
has
has
been
been
with
there.
me this whole thing. Yeah.
So
It
actually, yeah, dude. Speaking of that saying, like, what? Yeah, I guess what sort of like personal? Did you have any like personal realizations or like create a different dialogue with yourself? Are you now talking to yourself differently than you did 4 months ago?
yeah, I would say I know I've always had kind of like a competitive fire in me, but the past few years, I've never really had to awaken that sort of beast. So having somebody who is pushing me in a community that is pushing me to do my best has really like relit that fire within me. Like, I want to go compete in Sparta races. I want to go, push myself to my absolute physical and mental limits. And I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for your coaching and, of course, the rest of the guys on the team giving me advice and things like that on how to really focus that energy.
Thanks, man. Dude, I love hearing you say that, and I love, I love how much and how hard you show up for the weekly calls. So what, I guess, yeah, like what have you gotten? Talk to me about the weekly calls, because I feel like that was a big part of your experience, and you got a lot out of that.
Yeah. So with the weekly calls, I had a very, interesting situation. At first I was able to attend those for the full time limit. However, once we started getting back into work after COVID,
Oh, yes.
things changed dramatically. And, I really wasn't able to change my schedule, but I still tried to make sure that I would show up for at least 10 to 12 to 15 minutes of those calls. Um, and being able to hear other people who were struggling with the same things that I was struggling with, as far as like recovery and, am I eating the right type of proteins? And do you guys have any advice on any of those, on how to keep yourself going through workouts? Just having other people in my corner who would give me advice that was most often the same, but sometimes different than your advice, really did help me. Like, and it also gave me a community that I could be like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one struggling. I'm not the only one who sometimes feels like this is a lot. And I also just like seeing other people do well. Like, I think that's a big boost to your confidence when you see other people in the same group as you also losing weight, also getting these milestones done that they wanted to accomplish. I think was really, really important to me. And it gave me the confidence to go after my milestones and to lose the weight that I wanted to lose.
Dude, I love hearing that, man. So, yeah, I agree. It is powerful when you have a group like that. It changes the intensity with which the engine runs. So what were like the biggest, let's call them like paradigm shifts, or what did you used to believe that now you no longer believe? How do you think and approach fitness, nutrition, work, life differently than you used to?
I would say one for sure is definitely recovery. I didn't really put that much, interest into recovery after a workout or after doing something really hard, because it was like, oh, well, it's whatever. I'll get my sleep whenever, I'll drink water whenever, I need to, absolutely need to. So something that has changed is I'm starting to treat my body better, in a sense that I'm not letting myself get to the point of injury or complete exhaustion, because I think when I reach those points, those are the points I want to give up. So when I'm doing these workouts and when I'm done with these workouts, I really look forward to being able to take an Epsom salt bath, or, drinking more water than I used to, uh, just so that my body feels like not only am I getting strong, but I'm not exhausted by
Yeah,
getting strong, which I think is definitely a
that's a
big
good way of
win
putting
for
it.
me.
Yeah. What was your favorite or most memorable like personal battle with yourself, inner dialogue moment when you wanted to quit and then outplayed, outlasted yourself through? Anyone coming to mind?
I would just say it's those gym runs after work. I when I get home, I am very, very tired from,
Yep.
sleeping coffee all day. And there are lots of days where I'm like, I can't do this. I can't go to the gym. I can barely put on my sneakers to go to the gym. But, listening to that internal dialogue and being like, well, if you don't go to the gym now, you're not going to want to go to the gym tomorrow. And then you're not going to want to go to the gym the next day because you already let yourself off the hook. So being able to just like put on those sneakers, grab my gym bag, start driving to the gym, because once you start driving to the gym,
Right.
you're not turning around.
Object in motion. So, dude, I mean, so it sounds like you went from being undisciplined to being disciplined.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
And did
I
that,
didn't have people, I won't say that. Well, I didn't have people who kind of kept me at check about certain things. And having that sort of person and group to keep me in check, to be like, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? Did you have a good week? Did you not have a good week? Really helped me a lot and kept me going, basically.
dude? Wow. That's awesome. So look, in a word, if you had to sum up the whole experience, the whole Gogi Academy, which is now the new name of the Anti-Dad Bod Squad, in a word, what would you call it? Your experience.
My experience in one word: transformative.
All right, dude.
I have discipline. I have, a renewed sense of vigor that I did not have before I started this. And I'm excited to see where that not only carries me in my weight loss journey, but just in my life journey. I think it's been incredibly helpful.
What's your next goal that you're going to set for yourself or that you're working towards?
Well, I am trying to get down to 215 by the end of the fall. So I'm looking forward to that. I would say it's not more of like, well, yeah, I would say it's a goal. Like, I'm looking to get these biceps nice and rounded,
Mm-hmm.
chest nice and like,
Big and broad. Yep.
yeah. I'm looking, for these, muscle shirts to start showing off the muscles. So,
Yes, sir. Dude, okay, that's amazing. So, anything for me, anything that I could help you out with as a coach, like what would have been, or rather, could you give me some feedback on your experience working with me?
mhm. Yeah, no, working with you through Zoom was great. I think, I always think that working in person would probably have been better, but, there's miles and miles of distance between us, so that wasn't ever going to happen.
I know.
um, yeah, no, as far as like working with you, it was great the times that instead of like leaping right into a workout, you would be like, are you having trouble with any like different parts of your body? Like, especially with my knee, there was sometimes when that would affect our workouts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you would give me different tools and different forms to kind of correct that, which I thought was incredibly helpful. And also just again, going back to it, the recovery thing, you know, I've had, trainers in the past who were kind of stressed, the nutrition and the physical, are you working out? But they never stressed how important recovery was, which I think is great for the people in your program
Yeah.
to know about and to learn how to take care of your body, especially when you're trying to strengthen it.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, I feel like I could use a little more recovery TLC myself. So, what about how was I as far as an effective guide or an effective person like who helped you to translate? How effective was I at translating what previously was not clear into actionable things for you to work on?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like when I first started, I think I told you I hadn't worked out since I was, 21 or 22 at a gym or just lifting anything of that sort. So you coming on the calls and being able to really correct certain things that I was doing that could have injured me more, or they could have not been as effective. You really taught me to use more than just one part of my body for a certain workout. You really stressed the fact that, and told me when I wasn't, that I needed to use all these different parts of my body in order to make that workout effective.
And do you feel like you developed or do you feel like I was helpful in helping you find a language for yourself to cue those sensations, even if it's just you in a workout?
Oh yeah, I'll hear you in my head sometimes at the gym, and it's slightly annoying, but it's really really good for me.
Good.
Because it's usually during the God, what are they, like the elevated push-ups,
Hmm.
like where I'm just like feel like I'm just using my arms, and then I'll hear you in my head like, you better lock those glutes up, you better lock
That's
those legs
right.
up.
Those hips and shoulders are one unit.
Yep.
Get them moving.
So your language has definitely fallen into my head, and I'll keep on going forward with it.
That's good, dude. So how did I do as far as walking a line between being supportive but also cracking the whip when needed?
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely walked that line, I would say, for me pretty well. I don't think there were a lot of times where I was unwilling, but there were definitely times like when I would show up to call and be like, man, I got like 6 hours of sleep last night and everything in my body hurts. How are you going to hurt me today? Like, so you were able to be kind of nurturing, but also get to the point where you were like, okay, well, you know what? If you're not feeling this type of workout today, we're still going to work out,
Right.
but we're going to do it in a way that doesn't absolutely kill you for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Well, that's also a
So,
testament to you then, as much as me, being coachable and like being self-aware enough to know that you're feeling a certain way.
oh
So
yeah,
that makes
well,
my job a lot easier.
yeah. Well, that was something you kind of instilled in me, is to like let you know when I'm not feeling my best. Because, I've been taught, growing up in the theater and growing up, as a competitive swimmer, when you show up to practice, nobody cares about what happened to you the night before. Nobody cares that you're hurting. Nobody cares that you may not feel your best. But you allowing me to say, okay, I may not be the best today, uh, definitely helped me out.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, seriously, like I could not envision somebody having more success or getting like more out of this program. Like I think you absolutely nailed it. So, dude, thank you for this great testimonial. Like seriously, I think that there's a lot of people who will find what you're saying like really useful, and I hope that they see the light in a similar way. Dude, that said, I want to talk to you about next steps for you because I've loved working with you, and I've also loved the fact that we have reconnected, dude. Like especially because like
Yeah.
we became friends at the end of Perry Mansfield.
Yeah.
So, dude, so I think, look.